Hi guys, it's Shell, Heart of It All Custom Creations. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button to see future videos. I typically post a new video every week, but this past summer and the beginning of fall has been crazy, so hopefully I'm back into it now. So today we are going to work on a tumbler that I did a month or so ago, right before the Beetlejuice movie came out. So I went ahead and used a white sublimation tumbler, sanded it, and I am wiping it off with alcohol. And then I'm going to take, it's about 1 inch wide tape, and I'm going to create stripes. I had all intentions of uploading this video like right when the movie came out and didn't get around to it. So it's still Halloween, so that's what we're doing. Now this very last one, I left a little bit wider because it wouldn't have been completely even. So I decided in the middle of the two, I will make like a tie. And here I'm trying to find the best way to do it. And I ended up not liking what I did in the first place, realizing that I'm gonna need a template so that I can paint. However, I ended up redoing this and drawing it out with a pencil first. It is still not perfect, and if you want something that is, I would suggest, you know, getting a tie outline or silhouette from Google and just making it to fit this. But I just did this freehand, and I am removing that. And then I will clean up the tape. It's not going to be perfect, like I said, but is Beetlejuice even perfect? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut the bottom using my Cub edging tool from Cami Page Boutique, and I'll remove that tape. The very bottom, I'm not painting just yet, but I am going to use a pop of color, and this is the black, and I'm going to create the black, obviously. I'm not trying to be extra full coverage right now. I do end up doing 2 coats. Just because the way that it was streaking, I knew that I would need to do too. And this dries super fast, so that was no problem. So once that second coat is dry, I started at first to use an acrylic paint for the bottom. But I quickly learned that this was gonna take way too many coats. So I ended up scratching this, and then I'll place some tape around the bottom, and I take it outside and spray paint the bottom. But I really wanted that pop of purple in there. So once I got that tape on there, I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the very bottom, any excess tape or where it may not have cut completely even. So I'm just cleaning that up, and then I'm going to, like I said, take this outside to spray paint it. But I will cover the whole tumbler except for that bottom portion with some parchment paper so that the overspray doesn't get on anything else, because I really do want this to be black and white striped with the black tie. So I'm going to use the color shot in Aromatherapy. Took it outside, gave it just one nice coat of paint, and this is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of my tape. And then I'm going to, on the bottom of this, I'm going to use the tack it method and some mica powder. I messed that up. That's no big deal. I can just easily take a little tiny paintbrush and fix that, which I do right here. So I let that dry, and then I realized I probably should have just left the tape on, especially the bottom one. But so I just put a new piece of tape around the bottom, and I took my tack it over and over. That's my 50-50 mix with water and tack it. put one coat on here, and here I am using my heat gun to dry it very quickly. And then we will go in with a second coat. So once that is not dry, but tacky, I go ahead and take my mica powder, and I'm just using like a deep purple, and rubbing it on the bottom with a gloved hand. And that is all that needs to be done with this. You could go right into epoxy, but what I like to do is just a quick coat of like clear coat, Rust-Oleum spray, just to make sure that the white stays white. And then once that's dry, I mixed up 20 millimeters of epoxy, and I added Brite from Peachy Olive Glitters into that. And instead of glittering each line, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a cheek glitter all over the tumbler. And you'll really be able to see it on the black. But you know, in person, you can definitely see the white. Let that spin, put another coat, let that spin, and then it's time to add our vinyl. I'm going to use like a lime green glow in the dark. Please don't be upset with me. I forgot to get any footage of it glowing. I'm so mad. But anyway, I'm just going ahead and I'm lining up the stripes. Going to do that all the way around. Cut off the excess, and then I do outline the tie as well. And then I saw this decal online, I think Pinterest or something. So I just kind of created one very, very similar or just like it, just using a bunch of rectangles. And I found like a Beetlejuice font, and I honestly cannot remember the name of this. I'll see if I can find it and put it in the description box. But I'm just gonna go ahead and line these up. There's the white, the black, the green, and the purple. And then I'm just gonna layer these. And I did do the little hack up of the squares up at the top so that they all line up correctly. Typically I don't do that because I don't have a problem, but with this many layering, I definitely wanted to make sure that they were all in the right spot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing this process so that we can place this on our cup. And in that same fluorescent green glow in the dark, that is by Tech Rep Craft. So if you're interested in that, I did an outline offset of everything so that it will just sort of pop off of that and not get lost with the stripes. And to make it easier for myself, I did end up kind of doing this line by line with the words, even letter by letter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I don't know if it's me or if it's my silhouette, but lining stuff up sometimes, even though I might cut it all at the same time in just different places, it just does not go perfectly like I want it to. It's probably me. So then I also found this on Etsy, and I just cut it out in the vinyl, the different colors of vinyl, and I placed that on the bottom so that it would really pop off of that purple. And I'm going to seal all of this vinyl with the CC DIY quick coat, put 2 final coats of epoxy on it before our very last step. Once those coats of epoxy are done, I mixed up about 10 milliliters of epoxy, and I put in some lime green glow-in-the-dark mica powder. And I let this thicken up, but not so thick that it won't move down. So I am going to go around and place this on the rim so that we could do a drip. Now, it doesn't really bother me, but after I let this drip go and I went out of my craft room, came in the next morning, and it had gone, one of the drips had gone down farther and kind of covers one of the letters. It doesn't matter, you still know what it wants to look like, but if you don't want that, then definitely babysit it. And sorry I keep getting out of frame, but I really needed to get it at a certain angle. And then I'm just taking my craft knife and cleaning off the excess so I don't have to sand as much or remove as much from the rim. Let that completely cure. And like I said, I forgot to get the final video reveal, but I do have a picture so that you'll be able to see. And I love how this turned out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a great big thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.